Hi, I'm Chris Mykoski, and welcome to the first episode of the Southeastern Louisiana University Sports Report. This is a new show under construction, so we wanted to start at a new facility that's under construction. This will be the Southeastern Louisiana Track and Field Complex. It's scheduled to be complete in May of 2011 and ready for competition by the 2012 season. As you can see, all of it's coming along nicely and it'll be ready to go for the green and gold very soon. We'll have much more with head coach Sean Brady and the whole cross-country and track and field program as this show progresses. Coming up on this particular program, we'll hear from the athletic director of Southeastern, Bart Bellairs. This is his first fall as the head of the department here in Hammond. Then we'll go to the top of the conference, Southland Commissioner Tom Burnett. Then it's the highlights and the sound bites. We'll start with the Southeastern football team as the Lions take on Tulane and Tennessee-Martin. Then it's into the soccer program as the Lady Lions look to capitalize after a conference tournament championship last year. We'll get into volleyball after that as the Lions take a long road trip to begin their season, and we'll get a tip from the coach. This time it's Pete Langlois of the Lady Lions softball program. We're glad you're with us on stations across Louisiana and across the country. This is the Southeastern Louisiana Sports Report coming to you from Hammond, Louisiana.
Jack Nicklaus once said, "There is no room in your mind for negative thoughts. The busier you keep yourself with the particulars of shot assessment and execution, the less chance your mind has to dwell on the emotional. This is sheer intensity."
Dreams are forged. Character is tested. Teams are united. Champions win here. Come see the crowning of a new champion at the 2010 NCAA Division I Football Championship, January 7th, 2011. For information, visit ncaa.com/tickets.
Back on the Southeastern Louisiana Sports Report, coming to you from inside Strawberry Stadium. And what better way to start the program than talk to the man in charge of all this? That's the athletic director, Bart Bellairs. And Bart, I know you said it back when you first walked on campus in December as to what drew you to Southeastern in the first place. So why don't we tell everybody what drew you here? And I think it's a lot of the same reasons why a lot of people want to come to Hammond.
Well, yes, I was attracted to Southeastern because of the enthusiasm. First of all, I came here on the trip and I kind of was a little bit wondering because I'd heard so many great things about it. I said, it's got to be too good to be true. You get right off the plane and you start talking about Hammond and you meet people. And the best part about Hammond, I'm telling you, we got gorgeous facilities, great coaches. The best part about Hammond is the people at Southeastern, the people in the community. Just a wonderful place. I think my family's going to be very happy here. And, you know, the potential is just unbelievable. So I was excited. I'm like a recruit coming here. You know, I saw all these neat things and I wanted to be a part of it.
At the same time, Southeastern does bring, I'm sure, a unique set of challenges. Several Division I universities in the area. Southeastern really has to carve a niche here in the Hammond and North Shore community.
You're right on that, and a lot of schools like us have those kind of. I grew up in a town, Richmond, Kentucky. Eastern Kentucky University is right there. It's a school of about 16,000 people. UK is right up the road. Sounds familiar, you know. So I'm used to that. We do have to not necessarily compete, but be aware of the other schools around us, but create our own excitement. And that's one of the things we're looking to do as an athletic department, as part of the Lions Athletic Association, our alumni, trying to say, you know what, on a Saturday afternoon, there's no place better than Hammond, Louisiana.
Well, you came in here guns blazing really off the top when you first arrived on campus. A lot of goals that you had in mind. How are you going towards reaching those and really putting your stamp here on the Southeastern Athletic Department?
Well, I'm excited, but one of the first things that hit me was the budget cuts that came in, and what my job is to make everybody, even though we have to be financially sound, not to feel the crunch as much. We have to be very careful with our dollars, but that can't lessen the enthusiasm we have and that I have. We want our athletes to say, there's no reason why we can't win conference championships here and national championships. And I really believe that. I really believe we got to believe. My number one thing is to tell the story. Tell people, get out in the public, talk to our donors, why this is such a wonderful place. And it is. I'm not having to tell a fib. It is a wonderful place. Some of my goals were to bring excitement, to help, like I said, tell the story, but bring excitement. We're going to make some changes. We already started making changes when I got here with half times at basketball games. We did more promotions at baseball games. We're going to add underneath the football stadium, an hour before the ball game, under the academic concourse, there's going to be kind of a carnival atmosphere where we bring in more vendors. We have music going. We have PA announcements going. We are selling beer for the first time in some of our events, so that will help, I think, keep people interested. But we're increasing our children's program. Our Club is going to be more exciting than ever. So I'm very, very excited about all the things. You can't just have a great football team. You need to make sure parking is great, concessions are great, the PA announcer is exciting, and those kind of things are what we're doing, and I'm already seeing it happening.
And right now, as we stand here on the field at Strawberry Stadium, football may be on top of everybody's mind, but so many great things going on in women's athletics here at Southeastern.
Well, let's start with, where do you start? But I think you have to start right now with women's soccer. Blake's done a wonderful job. Last year they go to the NCAA tournament, a lot of enthusiasm coming back. I've watched the program, watched the young ladies practice, and I kid because those girls, I think I watched them play Mississippi Valley State. It was a rainy, muddy day, and those girls love to get, do slide tackles and get dirty, but then 2 hours later after the game, they've cleaned up and they're beautiful young ladies that are all doing pretty well academically. It's just interesting to see how competitive they are and so that's a fantastic program for us. We're in the middle of cross country. Gone out and recruited more cross-country athletes and track athletes than he ever has. Volleyball started off to a great start. I think they're 5-5 as we're doing this. So, I'm seeing the improvement, and that's a big, big thing for us is we've got to improve in all our sports, and our women's sports obviously is a big part of our total athletic program.
And before we go, may as well talk about the issue at hand. What we're doing right now is bringing Southeastern to a wider audience, not just in the Hammond and Baton Rouge area, but the show goes out to the entire country, and I'm sure this is a new project that you're going to be excited to be part of.
Well, that is. When you recruit, you want to become not just a part of a strong conference, but on the national scene. Media exposure, if for the right reasons, is very, very important. And like I said before, and I've said so many times, even right now on the show, is that telling the story is a huge, huge part of that. We've got so many great things going on. Like almost over half of our student athletes have above a 3.0. That's exciting, And we had 4 coaches of the year, or co-coaches of the year. That's exciting. What we're doing on and off the field, you just got to tell a story, and this show is going to be one of our main vehicles to do so.
Bart Bellairs, athletic director here at Southeastern. Like you said, so many amazing things going on here in Hammond. When we come back, we'll talk to the leader of the conference, Commissioner Tom Burnett. That's next on the Southeastern Louisiana Sports Report. The Lion Athletic Association, winning championships one student athlete at a time. Through the Championship Fund, the LAA provides financial support for scholarships, operations, and facilities. Join today and make a huge impact on Southeastern student athletes. For more information on the Lion Athletic Association, call 985-549-3227 or visit lionsports.net.
As a student athlete at Southeastern, I was always looking for that connection between athletics and academics.
This study is really beneficial to aid people in getting back to healthy exercise while using less resistance.
Southeastern encourages students to be involved with certain kinds of research. They care about the student.
It really feels good to get the opportunity at Southeastern to participate in undergraduate research and contribute to something that's going to affect people's lives.
Hi, I'm Randy Russo, class of 2005 and news anchor at WDSU News in New Orleans. I'm a proud Southeastern alumnus, and there are many ways we all can support Southeastern. Be a mentor to potential students, attend athletic and cultural activities, pay alumni dues, give to the Development Foundation, and inform your legislator on behalf of Southeastern. Stay involved, and together we can play a vital role in the future of our great university.
Back on Southeastern Louisiana Sports Report inside the Louisiana Superdome, home of the world champion New Orleans Saints, of course, and home of Southeastern's football opener this season, taking on the Tulane Green Wave. We'll look at that game in a second. First, we want to bring in the commissioner, Tom Burnett, and of course the goal of every team in the football championship subdivision is to get to that title game at the end of the year, and this year we've got it in the home city of our conference, the Southland Conference, Frisco, Texas. How big a deal is this for the Southland, our entire league?
Well, Chris, we think it's a really big deal. You know, we've been an active participant in this playoff for a long time and had a lot of success in the championship, but to have the game in our backyard, not necessarily a home field, but certainly close to home, that would be spectacular if one of our teams was able to participate in the game. And you talk about the travel advantages and things to do in Frisco and the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We just think, to steal a baseball term, it's a home run.
Of course, great high school football there in Frisco, plus FC Dallas in the MLS. They actually hosted the MLS Cup a few years back, the championship game for that league. And before we let you go, Commissioner, just a brief state of the conference. Obviously, everybody that's a college sports fan is looking around at the landscape, trying to figure out what's going to happen next. There may be some opportunities for teams in this league to make a move, but for now, I think everybody seems happy and the Southland is strong.
You know, I think you're right, Chris. I think in the Southland, teams have a chance to be competitively successful, and that's a really serious term in my eyes. We've seen schools come in and out of this conference, go on for something bigger and better, but they haven't been competitively successful at it. In this league, you've got a chance to win, be successful, go to a great school, get a great education. Our schools are doing very well, much better than they were years ago academically, and we've just got great opportunity and experience in this conference. The geography's wonderful, 2 states, 3 states now with Central Arkansas. So we're excited about our future. You're right, there's a lot of unknowns out there, what might happen tomorrow or in 5 years. But we're cognizant of all that. We keep tabs on everything going on in the nation, much less our region of the country. So we're planning for the future, but really excited about where we've gotten over the last few years. Conference will be 50 years old, and good things happening in the Southland Conference.
Commissioner Tom Burnett, appreciate it very much, sir.
Chris.
We're going to take a look at this ball game that happened behind us here at the Superdome, Tulane versus Southeastern. Then we'll take a look at the home opener against Tennessee-Martin. Playing on the same turf where the Black and Gold would open their season 1 week later against the Vikings, the Green and Gold of Southeastern gave Tulane all they wanted. Tyler Beatty threw 3 touchdown passes, including a pair to Corey Theodore, but 4 Lion turnovers helped the Green Wave escape with a 27-21 victory.
It came down to a few mishaps on our end, turnovers, penalties. We got tied up the loose ends. That's all. But it was a real good fight.
Beatty was hurt on the last play of the Tulane game, giving Brian Young the opportunity to start against Tennessee-Martin in the home opener, where he proceeded to throw for over 150 yards in a 24-10 Southeastern win.
But proud of the kids, played hard and didn't give up. Brian Young, his first start, did well. But we've got to win all of our home games. It's something we talk to our kids about. We should win every home game, no excuse. And so you win every home game, that's 5 wins right there.
Offensively, the running game paced the Lions. For the first time, Southeastern had 2 players go over 100 yards on the ground, Sam Fairley and Zeke Jones.
We just seen a lot of like the linebackers overplaying the run, like in our inside zone, and it made it easy on the cutbacks. And our line was doing a great job with just blocking them down and just we cut it back and get the yards they gave us.
On the other side of the ball, Southeastern forced 5 turnovers, including the game clincher, a Tommy Connors interception that you returned for a score.
Really, the 4 interceptions we had were all underthrown because of pressure. If you can be successful at that and drop 7, you're going to cause turnovers with 5 DBs.
The Hall of Fame game is next for Southeastern this Saturday against the Lamar Cardinals, 6 o'clock kickoff inside Strawberry Stadium. Then the Lions make a short road trip to Monroe, Louisiana to take on the Warhawks. Then it's back home for Texas State October 9th. Coming up next, we'll visit with the undefeated Southeastern soccer team.